Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Pastor Bruce. Welcome to amvoice.net and One Man's Voice. Today I want to talk to you about Black Lives Matter. Now, Black Lives Matter is running around protesting and calling for boycotts of white-owned businesses because Christmas is a white man's holiday. Well, I hate to tell you, Christmas wasn't started here in America, okay? Christmas was started overseas in Europe. Now, South Africa, they never believed in Santa Claus or Christmas or Jesus Christ because they weren't taught for the longest time because they were separated from everybody else. And when white men went to South Africa, they brought those holidays with them. Now, there are a lot of black people in this country who believe in Jesus Christ, who believe in the birth and the death of Jesus and celebrate Christmas. But Black Lives Matter, see, they don't care about that. Understand that the Democratic Party does not want religion in this country. And this is another attack against religion in America. We're being persecuted because the Democratic Party wants socialism or communism to rule in this country. And the only way to do that is to destroy the religious belief of the American people. We are strong. We are powerful when we understand that there is an authority higher than our government that rules over all of us. But our government doesn't see that. Look at how, what was it, $17 million? Or $17 million that was paid out in sexual assault or sexual misconduct allegations from the congressman. And I don't care if they're Democrat or Republican. They don't care. And they're mostly Democrats. And look at Bill Clinton. We had a pervert in the White House who thought he could do whatever he wanted to do to women, and women supported him. That's the feminist movement in this country. If you're a conservative, the feminist movement will be all over you. But if you're a liberal Democrat, feminist movement will support you and attack the women that bring up the allegations against you. The Democrats hate the fact that conservatives live with a moral and an ethical code, with a religious belief that keeps them strong. They don't want any of that. They want power and control, and they're going to do whatever they can to destroy it. Black Lives Matter is part of that. Black Lives Matter, like I said, is out there now, trying to boycott white-owned businesses. Well, I hate to tell you, but these white-owned businesses, in some cases, do have black people working for them. If you boycott them and you wind up destroying their ability to make an income, you're also destroying the ability for black people to make incomes to take care of their families. But Black Lives Matter doesn't care about that. All they care about is promoting the racial disharmony that the Democratic Party wants them to promote. And the saddest part of all is you got white people running around with Black Lives Matter sitting there going, yeah, because they don't even have a clue what's going on in our society today. And I will guarantee you that the majority of the people in Black Lives Matter, both white and black, are illiterate and uneducated. They have no clue of what it's all about, because all they care about is getting their 15 minutes of fame. Black Lives Matter is a joke, just like the KKK is a joke, just like Antifa is a joke. When you don't care about the norm, about unity, about understanding one another and getting along with one another, you're a joke. You're misfits that don't have a place in society, and you think running around listening to a political party will get you some notoriety and get you to be part of something bigger than what you are. And it really doesn't. You're a joke to the American people. And let me tell you something. The more the blacks sit there and scream and holler and yell about discrimination and hate and everything, the more they're turning the white population in this country off. We don't want to hear it. Well, we were slaves 250 years ago, and we shouldn't be treated like this. That was 250 years ago. Get over it. Get your head out of your proverbial anal passage and understand that you need to move forward, not backwards. And that's the same with anything else that goes out there. And I don't care if you're white or black. Get your head out of the past. We cannot move forward if you refuse to stay in the past and live without looking towards the future. That's the fact, people. You know that. If you want to be on welfare, drop the signs, go to your government and say, I want to live on welfare. Okay? But don't sit there and get paid by the Democratic Party to go out there and create disharmony, because you're only turning people against you, not for you. And like I said, for the whites, those people are illiterate and unintelligent. If they're sitting there and they have no clue, absolutely no clue what Black Lives Matter is all about. And that's the shame in what's happening out there in this country today. Black Lives Matter, KKK, Antifa, they're jokes. White supremacists, they're jokes. The neo-Nazis, they're jokes. Why? Because none of them refuse to unite, to work together, to be one to make this country great. They want to create disharmony. For what? For who? For the Democratic Party to take control. And what is the Democratic Party doing? If you go back, black people, and look at the unemployment rate under Obama, it was the worst that it's ever been. Because the Democrats don't care about you, but you're stupid enough and ignorant enough to believe that they do. And so you're going to go out there and support the people who hate you. And you had a black president that did nothing, absolutely nothing, for the black community. You're a joke. You're a joke because you sit there and follow these people. You're a joke because you have no clue of what society is all about. And that's sad. It really is. You think you're making a difference. You're not. You're creating disharmony. And you're turning white people against you. Every time you open your mouths and say, black, 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 black. You want to have a black Christmas. You know, Christmas is a white thing, not a black thing. Well, right. Because, you know, Christmas was around a lot longer than blacks amongst the white people. It was a belief of Christianity from the Middle East to Europe to here. And, all right, we know Jesus Christ was more brown than he was white. But it was that type of thinking that made the belief in Christmas of giving and being part of something whole that made everything great. Black Lives Matter doesn't want that. They want to sit there like the Democratic Party and whine and cry and carry on. Poor me, poor me, poor me. White people don't like me. White people don't like you because you're opening your stupid mouth, making ignorant statements, and have no clue what you're doing other than promoting the hatred of the Democratic Party, who, black people, hate you. Don't you understand that? Now, Donald Trump's numbers amongst the blacks were higher than they anticipated because there were a lot of black people in this country that understood. And when it comes to unemployment, it has been the lowest that it's been in the last 3 years. Thanks to Donald Trump, that means more black people are working. And you want to support the Democratic Party. You are so sad and pathetic. You have absolutely no clue because you're ignorant. And I say that with all conviction. You have to be ignorant if you think what you're doing is going to benefit you in the long run. It's not. It really isn't. You know, you holler about being the white people are racist. You're racist. Black Lives Matter is about as racist gets. We want for us, you can't have. That's racist, buddy. White people do this. White people do that. That's racist. And you know, we spent years working to try to create a harmony between the black and white race in this country, and you're doing more to destroy it in the last year and a half than all of the time we put together to make it better. You're pathetic. You're unaccepted. and you're a joke. So you need to get over yourselves. You need to look at the big picture. You need to look at the truth. And you need to work from that point on. Now, you may not like what I say, and I don't care. Yeah, I'm a white guy. I don't care. But I was raised in New York. And in New York, if you understand the Civil War, the North was where the black slaves went in order to be free. We got along with blacks. When I entered the military and I came home, excuse me, in 1971 from my basic training, the first place I stopped was in Harlem with a friend of mine, a black friend. And here, black and white soldiers are walking, or airmen are walking down the street in Harlem. What's a white man doing in our... Did they say that? Absolutely not. Because we got along. It's the South that didn't get along. It was the Democratic-controlled plantations that didn't get along. It's the Democratic-controlled people. Again and again and again, I say, it was a Democrat who stood in front of the door and did not want a black child to walk through the school door. It was Democrats who destroyed anything that the blacks were trying to create at that time. And you just don't listen. You just don't see the truth. And you run around promoting the hatred for blacks by promoting the Democratic Party. And they hate you. They do nothing for you but make you slaves in modern society. Now that's one man's voice, one man's opinion. You can believe me or not. But if you truly open your eyes to see the truth of what's going on out there in today's society, I think you'll come over to my side of thinking. I don't want to have racial divide in this country. I've gotten along with people of all races and all colors, all religious backgrounds, because that's the teachings, ladies and gentlemen, of one man, Jesus, to love one another. There's nothing wrong with that, unless you want to be a hateful, evil, discriminatory person. That's what blacks are. They discriminate against whites every which chance that they get. They think that if they whine and cry, just like Chucky Schumer, crybaby Chucky Schumer, let me cry on television. Let me be, oh, poor, poor, poor people. Oh, we're going to change. No. We're a mature, responsible society that doesn't bend over to whining crybabies. And that's what you're doing. That's what Chuck's doing. Listen. They want to open the borders and allow anybody and everybody to come into this country. They don't care. And that means it's your jobs, people. Black Lives Matter, it's your jobs that in the black communities that will be taken away, as well as whites, when illegals come into this country and start working here. Then what are you going to do? Huh? What are you going to complain about? And they're soft on crime. They want you to get away with whatever. They don't care if you kill people. You can see that in Chicago and Detroit. Chicago has a Democratic mayor, and over 4,000 black-on-black deaths occur in that city alone each year, and they do nothing about it. And Chicago has some of the toughest gun laws that there are in this country. So that's why it's a joke to sit there and say we need to pass more laws. No, we don't. We need to enforce the ones that we have. We need to sit there and stop using drugs and alcohol that are destroying the minds of the youth. Sex trafficking needs to go, because if you can't make money illegally, you need to make it legally. Now, it's happening around the world, but these are two cities that it's really, really bad in, where black-on-black deaths are ridiculous. And they don't care about you. The Democrats do not care. If anything, in those cities, you should get a Republican mayor, a Republican Senate in your cities, to sit there and start saying, we're going to make changes. We're going to make the inner cities better than what they have been. Now, think about this while you're out there protesting Black Lives Matter. The Democrats do not want to lower taxes for the American people. They don't want to make life better for the American people. And if they don't get their way, or I'm sorry, if they do get their way, black lives will suffer in this country. Because they're the ones with the least amount of education. It has nothing to do with color. But if you don't have the education to read and write and do mathematics and understand what you need to do for your place of business, you're not going to get hired. Plain and simple. And that's what they want. The Democrats have been obstructionists ever since they lost the Senate, the House, and the presidency. Ever since they lost governor seats. And now the truth about the Democrats are coming out. They use and abuse women across this country in the news media, the television industry, and the movie industry. They have pedophiles that bring little boys in and prey upon little boys if they want to be something in acting. It's sad, people, that these are Democrats, and you support them. You support everything that is sick and demented within our society because the Democrats support everything that is wrong. Now that's one man's voice, one man's opinion. You can believe it or not. If you believe it, support it, pass this on to other people. Let them hear it. If you don't, then forget it. Don't listen to it. Don't pass it on. But if you believe in what I'm saying, if you understand what I'm saying, there's a little button on there called donation. Click on it. Give $1, $5, $10, $100. If you're a millionaire, give $1 million. I don't care. Whatever you can give to help make this program grow, to add people to it, to make it more of a live broadcast than just recorded broadcast. I thank you for your time. God bless. Take care.